Got a little scuff in the plastic trim on this Porsche. It's too deep to just sand out because you'll lose the shape. So I've given it a quick sand around the area with 180, and now I'm going to use some UV putty, fill that little gouge in and cure it. So the putty I'm going to use is from Colad. It's their coarse. They do two, a coarse and a fine. For this, the coarse will be perfect. It's a really quick 3-second cure. Just put a tiny bit on your spreader, squeeze it in there, really push it in, and then drag the rest down. So you want to make sure you've got it nice and tight into the crack. That doesn't sound right, but there you go. Right, put your safety glasses on. I'll switch the UV lamp on. It's a 3-second cure. 1, 2, 3. That's it. We're done. I can now sand this back with, take that off. I can now sand this back with 180, 240, possibly even 240 actually. And then I can prime the area. That's how quick UV curing is. I'm going to apply a little bit of guide coat. I've gone for an orange guide coat because it'll contrast with the black nicely. The reason for applying a guide coat is so you can see any high or low spots after you've sanded it or while sanding it. Just want to show you quickly why guide coat is important, because guide coat now can show me where I've sanded all the guide coat away because the area was higher with the skim of putty. There is no guide coat showing, but where it's a lower area, or there might be some little craters, which will obviously be flattened out, there is still some guide coat in there. So we want this all to be a uniform color. That's it. It's now a uniform color. There's no orange guide coat left. I know the hole's been filled nicely. I can move on to priming. All right, so there's two key advantages for me about UV curing and using a good UV putty. Firstly, as we've seen, you've got a 3-second cure on there. Bang, you're done. 3 seconds, move on to the next stage. Secondly, what's really good and nice peace of mind is once it is fully cured, when it is fully cured, you don't have any sink back. You don't need to worry about that over time sinking back like you could do with another filler if you haven't cured it properly. And that for me makes the move to UV curing a smart and wise move. I've finished this off now. I've UV puttied it, UV cured it, UV primed it, UV cured it. So the putty and the primer itself took 3 seconds for the putty, 45 seconds for the primer. So we're looking at under a minute to cure two products. Sanding back less than 5 minutes. So in under 6 minutes, I've got that ready to move on to the next stage, which is key up the panel, mask it up, and get it into paint.